Hello and welcome to the Scratching Post, where we discuss all things relating to the greatest team of all, the Geelong Footy Club. My name is Brian Cobbock, and tonight I have a very special guest. He's arguably the best-known supporter, not only for Geelong but across the AFL. He is passionate, flamboyant, and bleeds blue and white. Troy West, aka Catman. How are you?
G'day, Brian. How are you, mate?
Yes, I'm going really well. Thanks very much for joining us.
No worries. My pleasure. I have to correct you on the most famous or most well-known. I'm probably the most recognised. I wouldn't say the biggest fan.
I'd argue that at the moment.
All right, mate. I'll take it.
maybe second to Daryl Summers as the Geelong supporter. I don't know.
Yeah, he's more famous. Way more famous. Yeah. We'll go with that. I'll go take second.
Now, you're obviously a passionate Cats supporter, Troy. Where did that passion come from?
Well, in my DNA, mate, my father, Roy West, he played for Geelong back in 1960. Joined. He 61, sorry, his first year, and he won a best and fairest in his first year, which is pretty good at Geelong as a fullback. Yep. And he played for 63 premiership, so I have really got no choice to vote for him. Been going since I was a baby, and been connected very strongly to the club, and grew up calling great. I didn't know they were legends at the time. I was only a kid, but calling Polly Farmer and all these other Doug Wade. They're all just like uncles, always around, and now I look back and think, well, they were pretty well known. So
yeah,
so in my blood, mate. So I had no choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I envy that because I love hearing stories about the old footballers. That's for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. No, it was great times. But as you said, you grew up with it, so it was a pretty unique lifestyle. There's a lot of back in those days. Without saying too much, it wasn't so much so many cameras, I should say, on players and phones, and they got away with a lot more, and it caused a lot of all the players, a lot of it, they were out partying and drinking with their mates, and coming home late. So it wasn't a lot of fun as a football family.
Yeah,
not for the family members. The players was great, but not the family.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, but you've adopted the person Catman on match days, and occasionally midweek as well. We see on your social media that you like getting out and about in the kit. Where did the idea of Catman come from?
Well, it came from actually, Dad played in. They played an exhibition match in it was Hawaii actually back in '63 against Melbourne. And they got blazers given to them, and it was a really beautiful emblem on Dad's jacket, and it just sat in the cupboard. And I had this denim vest over top of a leather jacket back in 1992, it was, I think. 92, yeah. And I sewed it onto the, sorry, I got a cold. I sewed it onto the jacket, and I thought, I'm going to add to it. And so it wasn't actually an idea to be Catman, it's just this badge started adding, and I ran out of room. So I thought, I've got no more room, got nowhere to put anything. So I changed the leather jacket to a denim jacket of Dad's he had. So I started doing the arms, adding everything I could Geelong, and then I thought that'll do. Then it got to the pants, and I thought I'm not doing makeup or hair, And then that started, so it just was like an addiction, and then it just grew. And I was walking along at the footy one day, and one guy yelled, "This stranger!" I was like, "G'day, Catman!" He just nicknamed me Catman, so that's where it came from. A guy in the crowd walking past me, is all it was. He said Catman.
Yep.
And I thought, that's pretty cool, and that sort of spread from that. So that's how it all began. So it started from a little tiny badge of Dad's.
Yeah,
patch.
I remember as a teenager going to the 92, 94 and 95 grand finals, and we put a bit of face paint on and made some hats and blue and white scarves for my brother and sister and stuff, but we didn't take it to your level, that's for sure.
No, 92 was my grand final, was my first airing as the Catman. I went full on, had these big 70s platforms, I still got them to this day, and I painted them blue and white, and I looked like a fairly, sorry mate, I got a cold. I looked like a fairly, looked like someone yelled out Priscilla, Queen of the MCG, which was a bit of fun, but we lost miserably, so it wasn't a good start, mate.
No, it wasn't very half time.
Yeah, I started doing it back in 92, and then I did it only in finals, and then I started doing it at the blockbuster games as the years went on, and then I ended up doing it every week. So I now feel like it's like snowballed into this thing that I feel like I have to do it as well. As luckily I want to do it, but some days I just want to go as Troy, and I think, I'll just go as Troy today, and I think then I'll get a message from someone from Cooktown or Cape York or Darwin saying, look, I'm coming down with my kids to the game. They've been dynamic Catman. Can we have a photo? I thought, I better do it. So it's sort of like that. I do it for the kids now, mainly, and the fans, because they just love it. And I love it too, doing it for them.
Yeah, we walked past you one day, and my son saw you, and he pointed you out. He loved it too. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I'll get a bit of stick, of course, but I get kids that cry, like run behind their parents' legs. But no, I do, because I got fangs. I wear these big fangs, and I've got claws, and and I'm 6'3" nearly without any in bare feet. So in shoes and high shoes, I'm nearly 7'8", about 6'9". I am 6'8".
Yeah, very imposing.
Yeah, so I sort of got down and talked to him. Said, "Look, I'm a really friendly cat," and they end up cuddling me and loving it and getting photos. So
yeah,
it's all part of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so it must take you a fair time to get ready. So who does your makeup for you, and how long does it take?
Well, I'm actually a qualified makeup artist, so I do my own makeup, and I'm I come from the Boy George era, which is culture club back in the 80s. So I've got a history of putting on makeup, looking like a clown. So I got new talent I got natural talent, but I'm trained as well. But I was already good at it. But that's one thing I can do really well, is apply makeup. So it sort of came from that, and I'm very creative. And we had a bed and breakfast, me and my partner, for 20 years, and it was very conservative. And we get a lot of rich clients, and I couldn't be outlandish in that field because I've got to look after rich clients, and so I had to dress down. So I needed an outlet for my creativity. So this Catman outlet was also what drew me into that Catman persona, to sort of have a creativity outlet as well. So that's why I'm often sewing and painting and creating and designing things, for Catman. So spending a lot of money, mind you.
Yeah.
I just got a pair of $500 platform boots made, like glam rock boots made from the 70s, T-Rex.
I saw that. So you don't have any clothing sponsors or anything that?
No, mate. It's all in my own pocket. $500 of those bloody shoes, and they were custom made in Mexico. So they, it's their own fault. But it would be nice to be endorsed and bloody covered. But no.
Well, next I'd like to talk to you about social media. Now you've got a pretty big profile.
Sorry, mate. I forgot to tell you. Didn't ask your question. It takes me 2.5 hours to get ready.
Oh, yeah.
And 3.5 all up. So
wow.
I 3 hours all up, and then I have to get on a bus and travel 2 hours. So I have to get ready very early. So if it's a twilight game, I have to get ready about 9 o'clock. Start getting ready at 9.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
Anyway, it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, that's all right. No, that's all right. Yeah, no, it's I couldn't do that. I just put my beanie on and.
Sometimes I wish I could do. I look at people and go, why can't I just do that? I did it the other week actually for the first time, because we had a 140 game. I thought, there's no way I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I can't do it. So I gave it up and just went as Troy. And then I get everyone going, "Oh, where's you? I didn't recognise you at your makeup." So that gets me as much attention. So I'm not used to it.
Yeah. So next I'd like to talk to you about social media. You've got a pretty big profile. I Facebook stalked you, and so you've got over 1,200 followers. I'm assuming you're on other mediums, and you've got a similar following.
No, I don't. No, because I've only got Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. Okay. So what do you
like? Sorry.
What do you like about being on the social media forums with regards to your?
Well, being a natural performer, I should have been on stage, but I missed my calling. The school careers advisor told me there's a dog queues full of people trying to get into Theatre Troy, so that put me right off, and I shouldn't have listened. I should have done it, but I didn't. But anyway, so I love having a platform. I like being on stage. Technically, Facebook's my stage, so that's my theatre. So having an audience for my carry-on is what sort of I love about it. But it also brings a lot of detractors, a lot of heat, a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate online, and
I was going to talk about that with you next, because from what I see browsing the social mediums, people seem to either love you, love to hate you, or just plain hate you. I've seen numerous GIFs of your emotional reactions, and also seen that there's actually a page dedicated to you from a throng of haters. I'm not going to mention the name of what it's called, but it's not a good page.
No.
I've also seen derogatory posts about you, and so how does this make you feel?
Look, I used to really annoy me, but then I thought, so I got really broad shoulders, really thick skin, and I say, if you accept something, fully back yourself, and nothing can get to you. So if you know your truth, nothing can get to you. That's what I say. And they can call me AIDS faggot. I won't say too much swearing, but they say the worst things you can imagine. Won't even go into it. But I just think, well, it's not my truth. I haven't got all that, and I'm not that. So, and if you call me derogatory names about being gay, well, I accept that I'm a gay man, and I'm an open gay man. I've been in a relationship for 25 years with my partner, and I've got a very average, normal life apart from my cat man. So whatever you can say to me just rolls off me. It doesn't. Like, they don't know that, though. The problem is this stuff makes people neck yourself, If I took to heart what I've said about me, I'd be strung up long ago. It has such a wearing effect, but I don't let them get to me. My theory is I let it just roll off me back. And I've got very broad shoulders. I've got a thick skin. I had a very strong mum and dad upbringing. I've got a partner that's really tough. So I've been made very tough. So I can handle anything. I've been through the 80s, Boy Georgia in Geelong, in the streets, copped everything, given everything. So I've got very tough skin, street smart. So you can say anything you want to me and it just rolls straight off me. I think, well, you don't know my truth. And then I say to them, the more you hate, the more my star shines. So you're giving me attention. I love attention. Do you realise you're giving me attention? It's negative, but it's still attention. Yeah. I hate anonymity. I hate being anonymous and I hate being invisible. You're giving me visibility. So thank you. Thank you, I say to them. And they're like, oh. What can you say to that?
Yeah, it'd be stumped for words, that's for sure. I'm glad that, because I do see, I'm on social media a lot, and I do see that sort of stuff, and I've often wondered how you felt about it, because for me, I wouldn't like it, that's for sure. Yeah,
but I can't play the victim too much, Brian, because I have got a big mouth, and look, I've got all these things working against me for that, because if you either love me, as you said, you either love me or you hate me. There's nothing in between with me. My people that hate me really well, and my friends adore me, and they're just like an army of support and love, and because I'm really good to them. But the ones that hate, I'm really bad to. But I'm very opinionated. I've got a big mouth, and like in the schoolyard, like you can put down the gay man. He runs off crying, all these limp-wristed jokes, and he runs off crying. You batter him, you punch him. But because I fight back, they've got nothing to say back to me. So they start threatening me. Yeah. But I don't want, I don't get into that anymore. I ignore them now. But the problem is, so I just lost my train of thought. So I just have to wear it, and they don't get to me, and I just lost my train of thought. Sorry, Brian. So I have to. If I let it get to me, I'll be long. But the sad thing is, they don't know that I'm strong. So they give me all this crap, and I've seen some shocking. Especially when those GIFs came out, and Sportsbet Facebook page use that GIF a lot, come as a promotion to get, and the hate on there, like they just call me a flog, and like I just know they don't know me, so you can't be a flog if you don't know someone. Yeah. How can you call me a flog? So I know my truth. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So happy with yourself, and
I love who I am. But as I said, that's what I was saying. I've got a really big mouth, and there's lots of things working against me. I've got that. I've got a opinionated. I'm gay. I dress up like a freak, like a clown, cat man. Not freak, but I've got a lot of these things. And and society doesn't embrace that. Society all likes us all to be all the one, same thinking, same everything, sheep mentality. If you stand out in society, you cop. No matter what, whether it's me or a transgender or a drag queen or a whatever. If you stand out in the society, you cop it. And if you've got a big mouth and you stand up for yourself, you're even worse. So yeah. That's how, and that's what it is. I know why it is. There's a lot of homophobia there. Not of all of them, say, call me names, but I know that a lot of that prejudice is from me being a flamboyant gay man. Yeah. I'm not stupid.
Last year, after the Cats were knocked out of the finals, you jumped on the Tiger bandwagon. We saw you on national TV dressed up in the Tiger colours as AKA perhaps Tiger Man. What sort of reaction did you get?
Well, that was the Today Show got me on. I'd already been on a few weeks before, and they said they booked me in to be on again, and that was when we lost. The last thing I wanted to do after being bundled out of the finals was go on as captain. I was not me. I thought, right, I'm going to support the Tigers. I hated the Crows. I thought I'll support the Tigers. Not a huge fan of them either, but I thought they're the less of the two evils. Yeah. And I've got a lot of really good Richmond friends, really, really good people, and that was my reason for doing it. I thought, well, they want me on air. Dressing as Troy is going to be stupid. Catman, so I thought I'll go as Tiger Man. Yep. And look, it was probably 30% for it. Saying it's pretty cool into because we all have a pick a team in the finals, don't we? In the grand final when our teams bundled out. So, but I went to that extra step. But I got a lot of hate for it. I reckon damaging the Catman brand. Get off the Tigers bandwagon. We don't want you. was a lot of hate, but people just got to lighten the hell up. It was one off, one 5-minute interview. I didn't go to the football like that on the grand final. I did get a ticket to the granny, and people going, 3AW rang me up, going, you're going to come on as Tiger Man to the footy. I said, no, I'm not a Tigers fan. I don't want to get in the front of I don't want to be in front of the paper as Tiger Man. No, that's unfair to the Tigers fans, because I don't want to be in the front of the paper as Catman, Tiger Man, and then taking it off a real fan. So that's out of respect, I went as Troy to the grand final. So, but I'm glad I did, in hindsight, after the crap I got. That was a one-off 5-minute, and then the crap I got for it was just, I still getting it now, like Tiger Man stuff. Yeah, still.
If would you consider dressing up as another team's mascot if Geelong don't make the grand final this year?
Oh, people have asked me. Well, it depends. Probably not. No. Not, I won't be going again. I don't think. No, that was a stupid one-off. No, only Catman, mate. It's already hard work with the makeup. It was actually a huge effort to put tiger makeup on. I tell you, looked like I had jaundice.
It's a yellow.
Yes. Drinking problem.
So, do you have an all-time favourite player?
Yeah, I do. Paul Chapman. He was an all-round. He had a bit of grunt in him as well. He wasn't soft. Ablett Senior, but I've been bashed about this before. But Ablett Senior, I was there every week in, week out, and I watched him play. And people forget, like when legendary players roll on, the legend gets bigger and bigger. But I can remember many days, many games where he didn't do much at all, and then he'd have a flash and be amazing, and then he'd have another 2 weeks of nothing. And I saw that it was up and down. So I loved his flashiness. He's the best ever I've seen with his unbelievable, like what he did was unbelievable. But as far as consistent week in, week out, week in effectiveness and toughness and all-round football was Chappie to me.
Yeah, right.
And Buddha Hocking.
Yeah. Buddha was one of my favourites too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they have grunt in them. There's another word that rhymes with grunt, I won't say, but they have that real grunt in them, that just that extra bit, that fight. They're tough, they're fierce, they just storm through packs. If we had a team of that calibre, we'd be like premiers, no doubt.
Yeah, that was.
And they're my two favourites, 3 favourites. Senior as well. Senior was a superstar, but not each week. I'm talking regularly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now,
but that's arguable.
Your favourite Geelong Footy Club moment?
Well, you can't go past 2007 because the last premiership we won, my dad was in, so that was pretty. Everyone's pretty much about that. So that feeling of a drought break, it was so surreal. There's been nothing that can compare to it. So I'd say 2007, but as far as a shock win goes, 2009, and then beating the Pies was just super. But my dad was dying of cancer. He died 8 weeks after the 2011 grand final, so that was a bit of sweet win. So not great memories there, but I'd say 2007 was the most spectacular feeling and surrealness.
When did you finally breathe that sigh of relief to say we've won this grand final? That the drought has been broken. When did you?
Well, 3/4 time was been 3/4 time. I said to my friend, I'm getting so excited. She goes, Troy. She goes, I don't want to count chickens. I've watched this from 12 goals down, up, lose a game. So we've been 12 goals up and lost a game. It was the Eagles, I think, the year before, in 06, I think it was. So she's going, I'm not going to get ready. I said, Liz, we're 13 goals in front, 3/4 time, nearly 3/4 time. She goes, not yet, Troy. I said, well, I knew it. So it was 3/4 time. I just started, it was all, everyone was so emotional, and it's like that break of, that drought, is that feeling of desperation being through the 90s. We almost just got there every single time. We got there and just never could do it. So to actually get there and do it with a 119-point victory, and people say it was a boring grand final, not when you're Geelong support. It was to watch a team dismantle a machine like Geelong. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah. Dismantle a team and make them look so pathetic and inept. And because Port weren't that bad, I can tell you, we were such superstars.
Yeah.
So see, St Kilda game we could have lost, so we were probably the second best side that year. So, but being that 07, but my favourite year was 08. Apart from the grand final, we only lost one game. We had the best year ever. It was like smashing teams left, right, centre. Smashed Eagles in Perth by 130 something points. It was just every week was just records broken. So that whole year 08 was my favourite year, but not the final. Grand final.
And don't we still hear about it? So I'll probably move on to the next question of your most hated team.
Well, look, it used to be the traditional Collingwood, Hawthorn, because what you do in your cast. But it's really funny, like when you get on social media, you meet such amazing people from these clubs and these cheer squads, and it sort of dampens your hate for them.
Don't tell
It's
me
sort of
that.
weird. I know it does, but look, like pure unadulterated hate. It's probably Collingwood, because I've got a lot of good friends and they're really good people, but I just have this thing of just rubbing it in my face whenever they win and whenever we lose. Not even to them, it's just every time we lose, they just like rubbing like dog crap in your face every time. And I thought, so they make you hate them. It's not so much the team, it's them. And Hawthorn, of course, because of the pain they've caused us. But I've gone from a desperate hatred of Hawthorn to a really begrudging respect, because they've been just amazingly run. They've been a fantastic team, and who doesn't want a Hawthorn and Geelong, final? Because we just put on such a good show.
They're the best games every year.
Yeah, and every time it's just, and I really admire Hawthorn. I've gone from desperate hatred to admiration of them. So probably if I'm watching the footy, I always want Collingwood to lose. I don't know, even in my heart when I'm trying to, if they're playing Adelaide over there and I don't like Adelaide, I still think, oh, good, Collingwood are losing. So it's just ingrained in me to hate them. So Collingwood, my friend.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, finally, we're sitting sort of maybe better than what expected with the injuries we've had, but I think at the start of the year we expected us to be sort of in the top 4 mix. Where do you think we'll finish this year?
In the minor Premiership League or the Premiership League?
I suppose on the ladder, round 22. Where do you think we'll finish?
Final round. A few games to go. I'd say I reckon 4th or 5th. Between 4th and 5th. I don't think much higher.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a I wouldn't say much higher. Not the way. Too many injuries and inconsistencies, and I'm hoping and praying, because we're up there. As long as we're in there, like, you don't know what happens on the day. Right. Geelong can be spectacular, but then they can play like they do against Essendon.
Yes,
so
it's disappointing.
and they play like superstars, And last week's game against Richmond, I don't care what you say, they only wrestled us out of that in the last quarter. We kept it up them, and for so-called fantastic premiership side, and we were meant to be not so good. I reckon we were, apart from the last quarter, the better team on the day.
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well too. I thought we.
We didn't get smacked.
Nah.
I reckon they did really well. So, and that's with a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Well, Troy, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show, and we'd love to have you on again, maybe later on in the year. Thank all the Geelong fans for watching. We appreciate your feedback and encourage your participation on our Facebook page. If you have any topics you would like addressed, let us know and we'll discuss again on the show. Thanks again. See you soon, and go Cats. Go Cats.
Thanks, mate. Go Cats. Go Geelong. See ya. Thanks, you guys.
Bye.